You need a satellite communicator, but you don't know which one to get because maybe you ride ATVs, or maybe you're a multi-day backpacker, or maybe you're a day hiker. Some people are sailors and others are just out camping and they just need a way to communicate. There's so many different satellite communicators. The question is, which one's the best for you? And I'm going to go over 5 of the best satellite communicators based upon different outdoor activities. But stick with me to the end and I'm going to tell you about a 6th satellite communicator that did not make the list and why. These satellite communicators are not in any particular order of how great they are because depending on your outdoor activity, one might be better than the other. All right, this first one is the Alpha 200i and 300i by Garmin. This one is for hunters, sportsmen, people who have dogs and they go out, specifically maybe you're tracking an animal, or maybe you have a dog and you just want to be able to track your dog, but also be able to communicate and message and hit that SOS button. So this Garmin Alpha 300i, it has the ability to get help. So here's the SOS button here. You open this up, press it for about 3 seconds, and a search and rescue team will be contacted that's in your area. You also have the ability to two-way message on this and navigate. What it's great for when you have a dog, and up to 20. Now you do have to get collars for each dog, but you can give each collar or dog a name and a color, and then you can see a topo map on here, and then you can see where all of your dogs are at. I believe the range is up to like 20 miles away. So here in Colorado, I've had some dogs that they'll just take off and head off after a marmot or something. When I'm away from people and I don't have to have them on a leash, they'll take off. Well, I really would like to know where they're at. So the Alpha 300i would be great for you. All right, next up is the Garmin Montana 700i and 750i. I have the 750i and this one will take photos and geo-reference them for you so you can see exactly where you're at, and then it's a waypoint and you can navigate to it. After testing this myself, this device is really best for four-wheelers, off-roading, ATVs, maybe a snowmobile. You mount it on the handlebars or on a window mount. The battery's not very good, so you need to have it always plugged into a power source. Huge screen, touch screen. It also has the ability to do turn-by-turn driving instructions, whether you're in the mountain or in a city. It's just a great device if you are into off-roading. All right, next is the Garmin inReach Messenger. Very small device, really is the size of a wallet. This is almost strictly for just communicating, and it is one of the best communicators in my opinion. It'll go from Wi-Fi, cell service to satellite service without you doing anything. Just remember, if in satellite service, you need a clear view of the sky. Now, this is great for people who maybe you're out camping, and here in Colorado, a lot of people are going out to different campsites. Maybe they're remote, maybe in the campground, but a lot of those campgrounds don't have cell service at all. And so you know where you're going, you don't need directions. Maybe you have a physical map or you have another way to navigate. Well, this allows you to communicate if you are outside of cell service. This is a device that you can also message on it and track back. I like this one better than the Zoleo because if you lose sync with your smartphone with the Zoleo or something like the ACR Bivy Stick, you cannot two-way message. You can on the Garmin inReach Messenger. That's why the size, the abilities, you can get weather on it and you can do the SOS, everything except for navigating. And that's why I like it so much, because even though it may be more challenging to message, you can still do it on the device without having it synced to your smartphone. Okay, how about the Mini 2? This Garmin inReach Mini 2, you can see it's almost the same size as the inReach Messenger. They're close to the same size. A little bit thicker. Now this has a spine adapter on it, this Mini 2, so it is a little bit, it looks thicker, close to the same size. This Mini 2 is great for multi-day backpacking trips, but I really think it's better for day hikes. It's small, and if you want something minimalist, this is great. So you can, either of those cases, you can take it out. I just like it when I attach it with this backpack tether. It sits right here, it's out of the way, don't even realize it's on my pack. The great thing is that you can message on this with the screen, you can navigate, you can sync it with your smartphone, you can create courses on the Explorer app, and then you can also use a Messenger app, and you can message on those Messenger apps with your smartphone. Makes it way more convenient. But you can also just use this as a standalone device. Now, you cannot see topo maps as a standalone device with this, but you can see your track tracks, you can see courses, you can navigate. So this is just a really great device. It's almost an all-in-one device, other than you can't see topo maps. But when you sync it with your smartphone, you can see topo maps, you can see satellite imagery all around the world. The Mini 2 used to be my favorite satellite communicator, but it recently lost its first place to the Garmin GPSMAP 67i. What I love about the 67i, it's large, and I agree, you can see it's almost twice as big as the Mini 2, maybe even more than twice as large. It's a true all-in-one device. So you don't have to have it synced to your smartphone. A large screen, all these buttons right here, you can create courses on this device by itself. You can see weather, active weather, and you can message here. It's easier to message on this than even the Mini 2. But if you sync it to your smartphone, now you have greater convenience when you're creating a course, or you're navigating or tracking back, or you want to see weather and you just want to see it on a larger screen, or you want to be able to message just like you would when you're texting on your smartphone. The battery on this will last at least 6 days, and depending on how you use it, of course, longer. I love this for multi-day outdoor adventures, because it doesn't matter if my smartphone dies. I can do everything on this device other than make a phone call. This is one of the most expensive, but it's worth it, and it's my favorite. And if I had to do everything all over again and I had to pick one device, I would pick the 67i. I just like to not have to worry about my phone dying, or maybe I have a portable charger but maybe it dies, or there's a technical problem and I cannot charge my smartphone. I want this all-in-one device. There you go, 5 of my favorite satellite communicators, but I told you there was one other that didn't make the list, and it's the ACR Bivy Stick. It has great maps, you can two-way message, you can get weather. I love the maps actually, because it has a filtering system that you can say if you want to go hiking, well, you can just search for that. If you want campgrounds, you can filter for that. I love the map. The reason it did not make my top 5 is because you cannot two-way message if you're not synced with your smartphone. Again, I don't like to be limited to my smartphone dying in the mountains, not a death by falling off a cliff, but by the battery life running out. I want to be able to rely on these devices, and every one of these 5 satellite communicators can stand alone, message, get the SOS help that you need, and then track back and navigate. Besides the messenger will not navigate. All right, the next video coming up is the best satellite communicators of 2024. Watch for that. I'll have it up soon. Thanks for joining me here on Hiking Emergency Beacon, and I'll see you back out here in Colorado in the next video.